is what people talk about the most.
I'm Farah Haniff in the Newswatch newsroom. Coming up, a 3-year-old is murdered just steps away from her front door. Now the search is on for her killer. Meanwhile, her father is still in critical condition. And we take you aboard a flying White House. Those stories next. I'm on Main Street in downtown Los Angeles, where a new earthquake fault has just been discovered. Now, if you take a look behind me, this is one of the world's most recognized skylines. Good evening. I'm Farah Haniff in the Newswatch newsroom. The top story tonight. Police are on the hunt for the killer of a 3-year-old girl. It happened in the gang-plagued community of Baldwin Village. Now, neighbors are coming together to say they want the violence to stop.
We ask you now, Lord, to touch them from the top of their heads to the bottom of their feet.
Family members and friends gathered to pray for 3-year-old Caitlin Avila, who was shot and killed Sunday. Miguel Rodriguez described his murdered 3-year-old cousin as an angel.
She's a good little girl. She's like a princess.
She was special. She was a special cousin.
The shooting happened at 3 o'clock Sunday afternoon on the 4500 block of Pinneford Street. Cesar Avila was helping his 2 daughters out of his minivan in front of his apartment when a dark-colored car pulled up and 2 men opened fire. Cesar was shot in the chest and Caitlin was shot in the stomach.
Right now, we really don't have a motive behind this. It appears to be gang-related. We believe that the suspects who were involved in this were gang members.
Caitlin was shot right here, just steps away from her front door. Meanwhile, her father is still in critical condition, unaware of his daughter's death.
It's sad. It's a sad tragedy. It's sad. It's really sad. Make you think of your own, too. It's sad.
Sadness filled the neighborhood as people hugged and cried. Many brought flowers and candles to pay their respects to the 3-year-old and her family. Sharonda Capers wants to see justice for Caitlin.
I hope whoever did this, I hope they get him and lock him up and throw away the key.
The other girl in the car wasn't hurt. If you know anything about this crime, you should call the LAPD immediately. In Simi Valley, tourists from around the world are getting an up-close look at history. They're flocking to the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library, where retired Air Force One is the main attraction.
Ready, 1, 2, 3.
Jennifer and Jim Neal have traveled all the way from London, England to step aboard the most traveled Air Force One in American history. It's simply known as 27,000. Tell me how it felt to step on the Air Force One.
It was different. It's a bit small for me, but because of my height, but yeah, it's good.
It's world famous, and here you actually have the Air Force One. It was real and amazing that all these people have been on it, so it's neat.
The Neals are among thousands of visitors who have come from around the world to board this flying White House. The historic Boeing 707 has flown 7 U.S. presidents on 445 missions.
The plane they have today is double the width of the upstairs.
Since the retired Air Force One landed at the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library and Museum in Simi Valley, it has been an international tourist magnet.
We've seen our visitorship rise from about 300,000 to about 400,000 people in the year, so we're definitely seeing more people.
And of those 400,000 visitors, library officials say this is what people talk about the most: the size of the cockpit, where pilots flew more than 1 million miles before this Air Force One retired.
But of those million miles, President Reagan actually used it the most, about 661,000 miles.
For Linda Shoemaker from Memphis, Tennessee, walking in the steps of past presidents is what drew her here.
I'm just so glad. It's absolutely wonderful to see it and walk through and experience the history of the plane.
Air Force One 27,000 has been used in more missions than any other Air Force One. That's going to do it for this evening. Thanks for watching Newswatch. I'm Farah Haniff. Take care.